She said, I accidentally burned down your restaurant, but insurance will pay $3 million my life's work, and the insurance had lapsed 3 days earlier. I replied, these things happen. Then investigators found she'd done it deliberately to cash out, except there was no cash. When she got 15 years for arson and insurance fraud, I built Antonio's Pizzeria from nothing. 15 years of 12-hour days, learning recipes from my grandmother, perfecting the dough recipe that people drove an hour to taste. My wife Rachel had never cared about the restaurant. She'd complain about the hours, the smell of garlic on my clothes, how I chose pizza over her. You love that place more than me, she'd say during every argument. Last month, she called me at 2 a.m. screaming, the restaurant's on fire! I was there grabbing paperwork and knocked over a candle. I'm so sorry. I rushed over to find firefighters hosing down what was left of my dream. Rachel was wrapped in a blanket crying, mascara running down her face. But don't worry, she said, grabbing my arm. The insurance will pay out $3 million. We can finally travel like I always wanted. We'll be rich. My stomach dropped. 3 days earlier, I'd gotten an email from the insurance company about a missed payment. The coverage had lapsed while I was dealing with my mother's surgery. I'd planned to fix it that morning. The insurance lapsed, I said quietly. Her face went completely pale. What do you mean, lapsed? I missed the payment. We have no coverage. She started hyperventilating, actually gasping for air. No, that's impossible. You always pay it. These things happen, I said calmly, watching her reaction carefully. Something felt wrong. Why was she there at 2 a.m.? We kept no paperwork at the restaurant, everything was digital, and Rachel hated that place. She hadn't visited in 6 months. The fire investigator called me the next day. Mr. Torres, we found 3 separate points of origin. This wasn't an accident. They'd found gas cans in Rachel's car trunk. Security footage from the liquor store next door showed her buying lighter fluid at midnight. Her phone GPS proved she'd been there for 45 minutes before calling 911. She'd planned everything perfectly. Waited until after midnight when the street was empty, used my keys to get in, set fires in the kitchen, dining room, and office to make sure nothing survived. The only thing she hadn't planned for was my missed insurance payment. When the police arrested her, she tried claiming she was protecting me from a bad investment, that the restaurant was failing and she wanted to save our finances, but investigators found her laptop. Emails to her sister. Once the insurance pays out, I'm divorcing him and taking half. Finally getting away from this pizza-obsessed loser. Text messages to her boyfriend. 3 more weeks and we'll have $1.5 million to start over in California. Just gotta burn down his precious restaurant first. She'd planned to commit arson, collect $3 million, divorce me, take half, and run away with some guy she'd been seeing for 8 months. The only problem? No insurance meant no payout. She'd committed a felony for absolutely nothing. The trial lasted 3 days. Her lawyer tried arguing temporary insanity, but those emails and texts destroyed any sympathy. The judge wasn't having it. You deliberately destroyed your husband's life's work for personal gain. 15 years in prison, plus restitution for the full value of the restaurant. Rachel sobbed in court. I made a mistake. I was confused. The judge cut her off. You made 300 deliberate decisions that night, each one calculated. This wasn't confusion. This was greed. I rebuilt the restaurant with a loan from my uncle. Took 2 years, but we reopened last month. On opening night, I got a letter from Rachel's prison. She was begging me to drop the restitution charges. Said she'd made a terrible mistake and deserved forgiveness. I framed that letter right next to my grandmother's original pizza recipe on the wall. Some people think love means forgiveness. I think it means knowing when someone showed you exactly who they really are. Rachel gets out in 13 years. The restaurant will still be here, thriving, without her.